Hello, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about the case of Monica Renee Bowie. I believe is how you pronounce her name. If not, I do apologize. We don't really have a whole lot of photos, so I do apologize. But all the links that I used for research will be down below, like always. There will also be a link to a case suggestions form. So if you have anything in particular you'd like me to talk about, you can just go fill that out. It's only like 3 or 4 questions. Also, I apologize if it sounds like I'm out of breath and like my voice is crackly. I'm kind of getting over being sick. So I've been coughing a lot and it's just been a bad time. So I apologize if I sound a little funky. So just try to ignore that if you can. But let's go ahead and get into this. So Monica actually went missing on July 5th, 2007, from Atlanta, Georgia. She stood at about 5'4", 135 pounds, and she was last seen in a dark green dress shirt and blue jeans. She has black hair, brown eyes, braces on her teeth, and pierced ears. So Monica grew up in Pittsburgh with her mom and her stepfather and 4 siblings. She graduated from high school at Perry Traditional Academy, then got a bachelor's degree in accounting from Cheney University of Pennsylvania. I believe that's how you pronounce that. I'm sorry. And that is where she was also class valedictorian. She remained close to her family, even when she moved to Atlanta and frequently came back to visit. She worked as an exotic dancer for a time after she moved in 1999, but only for a few months. At the time she disappeared, her main source of income was from doing accounting for various clients. She also owned 2 businesses, Go To Girls Promotions Inc., an event planning company, and La Coca Wear Clothing, a clothing boutique. She met with her lawyer just hours before she would disappear, and he said that she was behaving normally and she appeared to be in good spirits. She was last seen at Lennox Apartments, where she lived in the 2100 block of Gables Drive. I did try to look up these apartments just so I could show you guys what they looked like, but either they've been renamed or torn down or something because I couldn't find them, so I apologize. And here she was abducted from the parking lot. 5 witnesses heard a woman scream for help at 11 or 11:15, and then saw a maroon 2002 Mercury Sable driving off. Inside the vehicle were 2 men in their late 20s or early 30s. One of them was heavyset and bearded. One of the witnesses memorized the car license plate number and called 911. Police found a woman's green jacket, jewelry, a manila folder, a broken perfume bottle, a container of chicken wings, eyeglasses, and 2 broken fingernails scattered in the parking lot. The car seen leaving the scene was located the next day, abandoned and burned, and badly damaged. On July 7th, police arrested Jasper Kills and charged him with the theft of the car. He had borrowed it on July 4th and never returned it. On June 20th, 2 weeks prior, Monica and her fiancé, Shernetto Walters, were arrested on felony charges after cops found marijuana and a handgun in her vehicle. Shernetto was driving. He had borrowed the car from Monica. Monica had no prior criminal history to this and maintained that she had no idea how the weed and the gun got into her car. The charges were dropped, but he was jailed because he violated parole, and he was incarcerated on the day she disappeared. He was questioned about her abduction, but he is still not called a suspect, and her family doesn't believe that he was involved, and it's unclear whether or not the case is related to her, or like the charges of like the drug and all that stuff. And why I say that is about what I'm going to tell you next. So Jasper Keels was originally only charged with the theft of the car, the one that was stolen and then burned. But in September of 2007, he was also charged with Monica's kidnapping. The police don't know if he knew her, but they don't believe that the abduction was random, and they're not completely writing off of whether or not it was connected to illegal drug activity, which could relate to having it in her car and all that. They say they expect to arrest other people involved. Monica's body has not been located and no one has been charged with her death. Her case is unsolved and foul play is suspected. Anybody with any information is encouraged to call DeKalb, I believe that's how I pronounce it, DeKalb County Police Department at 770-724-7850. Again, that is DeKalb County Police Department, and the phone number is 770-724-7850. And that is the information I have for you guys on Monica Renee Bowie. Sorry if I keep pronouncing that wrong. So, I definitely think that Jasper Kills is likely the person who was driving the car and was at least one of the men in the car when Monica was kidnapped. I definitely think she was kidnapped. And I don't know what I believe. If it was related to the drug activity or whatever, it would explain why there was drugs and stuff in her car and all that stuff. And it could just have something to do with Shernada. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing their name wrong. It could just be something to do with Shernada, and maybe she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they decided to take her instead. But there is a good chance it could be related. I wouldn't write that off. But I do think that Jasper Kills is likely the person who kidnapped her, and I do think that she was likely killed. Considering this happened in 2007, and it's been years, well over a decade at this point, and we still don't know where her body is. We don't know where she is in general, if she could even be alive. So I definitely think that something bad happened to her. And I think that Jasper is probably the likely suspect. I really hope that they can figure out why this happened, if it was connected to the drugs and the gun in her car. If it has to do with Shernada being locked up or not. But it really seemed like she had a good life going for her. She had 2 businesses. She was well educated. She was going to be married. She really seemed like she had a good head on her shoulders, and she was going to do something with her life when this happened. And even if she was involved with drugs, that doesn't mean she deserved to be kidnapped and murdered. So please don't leave any stupid comments down below. But what do you guys think? Do you think it was Jasper? Considering that the car was found burned the next day, do you think something happened in that car? Do you think either she was assaulted, murdered, or whatever, and burning the car was just their way of getting rid of evidence? Because we've had cases, at least I haven't covered cases. I've heard of cases where people were assaulted, murdered in cars, and the car would get burned to try to cover up the evidence. Do you guys think that could be an option? Do you think that Jasper did that to maybe cover up what he did? Let me know your thoughts down below. Please be respectful, because you never know who can come across these videos. And if any of Monica's family or friends come across this, I just want to say that I'm absolutely sorry about what's happened, and I hope you guys get answers soon. And I'm going to be thinking about Monica, and hopefully y'all get justice soon, because it's been, oh my gosh, it'll be almost 20 years soon. That's crazy. So hopefully you guys get something soon. But thank you so much for listening to Monica's story. I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.